Feel like hookup culture is one of the most modern day scams that absolutely no one talks about it. And I feel like that just stems from shame from either participating in it or from your willingness to want to participate in it. But I can promise you from personal experience that absolutely nothing good happens on either side. Because one, as a dude, as validated as your ego may feel, you will regret your decisions later in life. And as a woman, I don't care how sexually empowered they tell you you're going to feel. You will regret your decisions later. And for both sides, it does make dating harder. And I don't get why people don't understand that. In the men's space, there's all these red pill guys who say, you need to sleep with a ton of women so you can understand female nature. I promise you don't have to sleep with a ton of women to do that. You can just have female friends or, I don't know, talk to women or read some books and then go talk to women. For the ladies, I know y'all got some influence on y'all side of the sphere, but all I gotta say is, you see nowadays it doesn't really benefit you to sleep around because guys are going to have their own interpretations, whatever. Whether it's right or wrong, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm just saying neither side benefits. It's all just an ego game. It's like we're playing cat and mouse with one another when really we should be in tandem. But if we're in tandem, how can they profit off of us? Hookup culture just means, bro, there's going to be more accidental pregnancies, bro. They're going to make so much more money off of y'all in so many different ways. And it's crazy because, like, you don't see it on that scale when you're participating. Once you're out of it all, you're like, yeah, bro, all this is a scam on your mental, physical, and emotional health for one. But also financially, if you do happen to slip up, you're cooked. And nowadays, you see, if you do slip up, they are limiting the avenues in which you can correct your mistake.
Hookup culture is genuinely one of the biggest reasons why dating is on the floor right now, why dating is cooked. Really think about this hookup culture. This is both for men and women. You get with somebody to have meaningless sex that leads to nowhere. What's the point? What is the point? What, to get your rocks off? Instead of building genuine relationships and connections, now what we have is people that go from person to person to person, promiscuity, and we don't have any more meaningful relationships. All we see nowadays is people that are doing that, and then they're complaining, why does nobody take me seriously? Why does nobody take me seriously? It's because your energy is all messed up. When you're just out here just jumping on from person to person to person to person to person without actually building genuine connections, you're not growing as a person, are you? The only thing that's growing is your body count. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm a saint, like I haven't participated in hookup culture in the past, because I definitely have. But I saw the error that was in my ways, right? That's why I stopped that BS. That's why I stopped very quickly before it started getting out of hand. You understand? So if you're somebody who's participating in hookup culture, the culture of just getting with people meaninglessly,
hookup culture is detrimental to your soul. It is not empowering whatsoever. I know that that's the whole narrative now where it's like, you make your choice, you sleep with whoever you want, but honestly, there's so much damage done to you mentally, physically, and spiritually. God intended it to be between husband and wife for the reason that it's a sacred thing. It's something that makes two people one. When you're sleeping with multiple people, you're literally becoming one with multiple partners and their partners. I understand, like, it's not popular to want to wait till marriage or to have one partner for the rest of your life, and they like to say, well, you got to test the car before you drive it. But I'm telling you, in the end, most people that have done that, I've always heard say how much they wish they had just waited because of how much pain and heartbreak that it goes through. I know they want to lie to you and say it doesn't affect you at all and whatever, it's just a physical act. Like, no, it's not a physical act. It is a spiritual act. There's a whole other element to it. Honestly, it's just not it.
Hold up, because I'm about to say a mouthful that y'all really not gonna like. Hookup culture is not cute. Hookup culture is not cool. It's not what y'all try to make it seem like it is. It's not cool to have multiple options. It's not cool for your phone to be jumping. It's not cool to be dealing with multiple people at the same time. It's not cute. It's not cool. It's very much so toxic, and it's the reason that dating, relationships, marriages is so hard right now. It's the reason it's so hard to really find healthy, real, genuine connections. Y'all are out here being led by lust and not love. You're hooking up with random people, and then you are creating life and bringing it into this world in the most toxic environment possible. So now you got a kid with two people who barely know each other. They definitely don't love each other. They never stand a chance of being raised in a two-parent household. So now we got a generational curse that's just going, because now they think it's okay. Now they a teenager. They think it's okay to just be out here hooking up for pleasure and for fun. God not once mentioned nothing about no dating in the Bible, if we want to be real. He don't say nothing about no girlfriend and boyfriend. It's all about wife and husband. So the fact that we have knocked it down to a whole nother level, y'all don't even be in a relationship. Y'all don't even have a title, but you're sharing your body with somebody. You're sharing your soul with somebody. Why are you sharing your body with someone that doesn't even value enough to give you a title? You know that's not your future wife or your future husband. Why are you sharing your soul with them? You are literally opening up a soul tie. Why? And then let's talk about what God says. That's why God says you should not have sex till marriage. But y'all don't want to talk about that one. What y'all got to realize is anything that God tells us, even the things that we don't want to hear, he's telling us that for a reason. Because if everyone was to wait, if everyone was to do it the way that God says to do it, I'm telling you, we wouldn't have all these toxic relationships, heartbreaks. It would not be like this. Love would be very much so healthy.
So there is a discussion going on a certain side of TikTok that is really funny to me. The scenario basically goes as follows. A man flies a woman out to meet him with the expectation of, well, you know. She takes advantage of this opportunity, but then decides that she doesn't want to, you know. And so he decides he no longer wants to spend any money on her and basically abandons her at the airport, finds your own way home. And a lot of people are saying that's a scummy thing to do, and it is, and that you're a piece of crap if you do it, and you are. And on the other side, people are saying that he shouldn't have to continue investing in something that he's not going to get. Does that mean he's treating her like a prostitute? Basically. But all that is really beside the point. I'm just waiting for somebody to really get the lesson out of this whole discussion, which is that hookup culture is dumb. If you are willing to fly someone across the country just to sleep with them, you are dumb. And if you allow yourself to be flown across the country without first setting the expectation that what he gets might not happen, you are also dumb. It's crazy how many problems we could avoid if we just, stop being sluts for 5 seconds. And I'm talking about men and women. And I'm just going to say the quiet part out loud. If you at least make up your mind to not mess around with somebody you're not married to, you will never have this problem.